make this documentary outside. You know, last night after I explained to you, today is March 30th, 2018. It's like 8 something right now. Last night after I explained to you about, individuals honoring the reason of their dignity, the girl, when I went inside, you know what the girl did? She tried to shoot open the door, and then she slammed it open, like she pushed it open, she shot it open, and then she looked at me. She said, "Why don't you go home, you fucking Muslim?" And I was looking at her like, I looked at her like, "Yo, that is disgusting what you said," and that was real fucked up. Her say that. I just looked at her. I just had to stop for a second. I was about to go downstairs. I had to look outside again, look at the light, and then I had to come right back inside and stuff. I said, "Yo." Then when I went inside, she tried to slam the shit. Bow. Now, I don't know what's wrong with this chick mental that's in the crib, but, I don't know what to tell you, man. You better, somebody better do something about that girl, man. That girl, anyway, it doesn't concern me, but it's just funny being around people that want to act erratic. Now, listen to this, right? Now, you see, I'm going to tell you something. In the paradigm of time in physics, another person already doesn't want the 10 astrological jewel empresses to ever manifest in any physical form. So another person says Star Trek and Stargate and probably the time continuum and your Shabbat bitch, the bitch that looks like, she tries to go around say she's Toshiba, but she's not Toshiba. Because, how can I don't even want to say the nigga name, but Anubis knows Toshiba, but that's not Toshiba. And Toshiba never bothered me, and she never took rat form or dog or a certain type of form, a certain type of way in the physical reality. Now, I don't like this chick. I don't like that chick, that Shabbat bitch, because she's just an individual that's manipulating physics. Now, if they didn't want the 10 astrological jewel empresses to manifest because they wanted to drain them of their power and their energy, because it's like a battery or something, right? Now, let me explain to you the difference in the situation. Because Star Trek said they wanted them to be a hologram, so they would already be entrapped in a cage. See, this is what I'm talking about with certain individuals, a certain type of way, and they just want to see the communication that I'm doing a certain type of way, and then these are the individuals you're going to end up coming back and coming to get a certain type of way. But listen to this, right? She said, and these individuals, I'm going to be real, these individuals, because another person is glaring a light. And I'm telling you, because the stupid bitch last night already told me, "Why don't you go home, you fucking Muslim?" She said, you fucking Muslim, why don't you go the fuck home?" And I was looking at her like, "Yo, you're a dumb bitch. You should have never said that to me." But let me just tell you how real this is. Now, you have a chick that wants to drain out the empresses, like the 10 astrological jewel empresses, and they were doing it like Star Trek, Stargate, and they were doing the hologram because a virtual reality, they just want to fuck buddy. They just want to fuck toys. So they already been doing acupuncture to get rid of the real empresses because other individuals are saying they're trying to get a form of equality of value to their habitation, and it doesn't even belong to them. But another person doesn't care, because the people that's going to really go into stuff like that is people that committed rape. So you got to think about the situation, because another person is trying to manipulate a person that doesn't care. So that's why they wanted to get rid of the 10 astrological jewel sons, and then me being a dad. Now, let me explain something to you. How do you make a person doubt themselves in the physical reality? Is by head busting them ahead of time. So even in the point in the paradigm, because remember, the truth remains the same. It's just as with time. It's just the same matter that materializes in the physical form, and then it's just the adjustment of the social economic reality. A person says like this. Now, they already wanted to try to head bust me back in the days, and then you see me recovering now. And then I'm going through my recovery right now, like literally recovering. I've been going through the recovery since I've been here. So another individual at a time is just basically saying they head bust somebody. Well, they probably did it a couple type of ways, because you probably had an individual that tried to dream my wife magic a certain type of way, and then after I realized certain things happened, that's why I took care of certain things ahead of time so it would never happen again in the physical reality. But I'm just gonna tell you just like this. Now, they probably already just wanted to murder my sons and my children and stuff, and this is why the people are passing and cause a reflection, because they don't want me to tell you the reality, because I got people in my house already spying on me, trying to find. You ever ever had a person like a Professor Xavier that tries to know what a person's thinking ahead of time, and then they always asking the individuals questions because they know I'm gonna come make the documentary and speak about it. So why don't you ask the question who already first knew why another person knew? Those are the questions you ask. Who already first knew, and are they trying to find out ahead of time before certain things happen a certain type of way, and they just manipulating another person's reality and who they're doing it to, who they trying to sabotage, or who they trying to cause identity theft to? Because I'm gonna just tell you just like this. Now, after what happened to me, you know, I'm the real husband of the 10 astrological jewel empresses, beyond highest, quantum, mega, super, astrological, celestial, and celestial, inner points of enlightenment, all jewel stones, of all jewel stones and elements, even of all star class astrology constellations, even sacred zodiac. Another person said, what the fuck did you just say? Listen, there's a lot of things that you don't know about, but I'm gonna just tell you just like this. Even though I'm the husband of all of them, and even the inner points of enlightenment, I'm gonna just tell you just like this. Now, how do you make a person doubt themselves? By head-busting an individual ahead of time. And then this way they doubt in their conscience, so you getting rid of a situation. It's like telling a person not to care about the reason of their conscience while you get rid of them because they're doubting themselves. Because it's like a person sending you out there, making you feel bigger than what you are. And then it's just like a person coming home from college, and then they're learning about social economics, and then the person that already been going through this, like, yeah, this and other, go, don't worry about him, you're the man, you can have all this, this and the other, let's get rid of him. And then you getting rid of your conscience ahead of time and don't care about your conscience, and when you shouldn't care about your conscience and make sure they can't manipulate you when it comes to me, and the next thing you know, another individual is already just trying to cause your mother to be in a form of entrapment so they could take advantage of her, but they need to go through the cycles of the step-by-step protocol just to like total recall, like a protocol, just to be able to know how to acknowledge and please your mother, and to make it seem like it's a family thing. And then next thing you know, they're just raping your mother for a living, and then she'll be on some old Dontor, because Dontor is already miserable because the things that she already did a certain type of way. Now, one of the empresses, Dontor, the celestial empress, not the rest of them, because there's some of them that's okay, and then you have the China that fucked up at a point. This is why some people, you got to even notice the certain things that certain people do to their own habitation after a while and don't even realize it. And then another person doesn't tell them the art form of this situation, but I'm gonna just tell you how real this is. It's just like, say for instance, my children, to make them doubt themselves, they had to headbutt. I'm going through recovery from what happened to me in Boogie Night before. You know, and then on top of it, now I'm going through my recovery, and then now they're doubting themselves, and then certain other children and other families are doubting themselves because the way they manipulated their physics to their consciousness. So another person's making them be spacious, like a point they don't, is like a recognizing point. So when a person's supposed to ignore their acknowledgement is another type of situation, because the manipulation of the physical reality, and then another person wanted the person to be discredited because the way they already got at their consciousness. So another person already knows at a level they could do it to another person, but you just got to catch them in a certain type of place. So now I said, yo, listen, you know, I try to explain this to my children, like, yo, be careful of people you hang out with, be careful of things that's going on. It's just like, look, when I went to Florida, they stole the Buddha sweater, because they said, why did they steal? Not the one with the long ears, the original Buddha sweater of my picture, my literal myself, my literal self. And then another individual says, what are you speaking about? It's just like how can I say this? A point of certain families. I'll tell you one of them, since they were stressing it so bad, like the Chin family. And then me sitting there meditating, and you see the 3 statues, and it's on my shirt, and it's literally my picture. It's not the funny big jaw, nice little my exact face of myself. And then another person took the sweater, because the fact is they know from all the things that was done in martial arts, it's like the generated power all through time is me. I'm already have it naturally, but another person's fearful because it's recognizable a certain type of way in the physical reality, and then they try to take it from the foundation because they don't want it to be recognized. A person says they don't want a person to have their dignity because of what they want to do to individuals because of the scrolls of their house. It's just like if a person walks around and they're a monk, and then they speaking to people all the time. If they're a Buddhist monk, this is a Buddhist monk, but it's this acknowledgement what's going on a certain certain type of way. Another person wants to take away the house because they already head bust me, but they got to make an individual doubt themselves for they could be able to infiltrate a door in their house. So another person, when I had the sweater, everything was going too perfect in New York because everybody started to realize like, oh my God, this is another, and then another nigga couldn't do what he was doing and lying to everybody and doing funny things because an individual knew instant. So when I went to Florida, that's how they took it from me because they knew it was like the two girls and the little thief guy. You know what I'm saying? The nigga looked like the fucked up version of the intention of Aladdin that makes him steal and shit. And then the nigga took it and then they jumped in the car. They took my luggage and they jumped in the car. And I'm like, yo, that was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because they should have never did no shit like that. So I said, all right. You know, I still educated individuals. I still know what's going on. Everybody still knows the truth because I'm the real situation. And you see, and this is why I feel the ringing on the side of my head right now. Right over here, I'm feeling like a ringing coming from right here to all right here. And a person's just trying to learn a person's position into their anatomy because they done broke into the martial arts. And all the documentaries I told you about individuals, they have to honor their temple and the sacredcy of things, even the clothes, things that's being worn at time, certain other type of situations. Another person says, but how about you? The things that I was already everywhere. So if a person disrespecting their dignity a certain type of way, you're gonna already know. It's just when I acknowledge myself, but the habitation of my wife is naturally attracted to me. So my wife is naturally gonna feel certain type of way. And I'm gonna tell you the other day, I already got rid of certain individuals. If a person thought they were taking advantage of me, you go with your trap because if you spoiled your own situation, I ain't gotta worry about it because it's just like stars that drop. There's a reason for things like that. It's just like I'm not gonna put myself a certain type of way. And I'm gonna tell the Titans. Another person said, you got to be very careful to the things that you do in the reality, especially some of you call stink emotions or vindictive emotions, because you're going to end up in a form of entrapment. A person says, why is that? Because, you try to manipulate my love and then you cause me to want to just put my love somewhere a certain type of way. So my energy moving and putting certain things a certain type of way is going to cause you to probably end up getting locked up, incarcerated, or in a certain form of entrapment. Another person's going to wonder why. Well, you're never going to be without a light. You're going to know what's going on a certain type of way. But, it's going to be the love that you need, you're not going to get it because it's going to be cold and heartless because the thing that I did a certain type of way. And then on top of it, I'm the love that you really need. So another individual, you see, these people was already causing it. You ever had people that already fucked up so much that they were the first fuck up a certain type of way that caused something, so they're trying to cover up their tracks and they're making me react. It's just like the girl in my house. She's making me trying to react to certain things and do certain things a certain type of way in the physics because another person came up with a strategic plan because they don't want to be caught up or looked upon in the paradigm of time going forward into the future, knowing that they fucked up in the quad. So they're trying to connivingly sneak and say that another person's wrong, and then they know certain things. It's just like head busting me and trying to take the magic and saying they know certain things and trying to make my wife doubt herself, knowing that I made the magic. So she's spaciously doubting herself, and when she wonders why she's doubting herself, she's gonna come to realize a person manipulating at a point when it comes to me. But then they're trying to find out. It's like these chicks in the crib are trying to find out what energies I know of my wife and what remembers me, and they're going after them a certain type of way. But it's just a ninja clan that's doing it. It doesn't even matter because the people that she's doing to is like it's just like this is the precise chick that went after the shadow clan a certain type of way. But you're not gonna realize it to her physics because she's manipulating her physical reality and in her strategic plan of a martial. It's just like a chick that was a sacrifice that went all over the place, and then next thing you know, she's just strategically getting at individuals a certain type of way and causing certain things. I'm not gonna explain it to you because another person should have knew their physics when it came to their anatomy and to their natural habitation, what was going on. So another person being slothful is another person to be able to get up on you a certain type of way. I'm not gonna die with nobody, so I don't even give a fuck. But it's just like, I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna be with no stink pussy bitch at all ever in my life. And if another chick had to refine that ready, your astrological tree already fucked you up. And a person says, yo, she should have been, if they say my wife should have been in the spiritual realm, she shouldn't be in the physical, I'm gonna just tell you just like this, how about her recharging? So now you fucked up her recharge, so she should be in the spiritual. So you don't need your spiritual empress no more because she outside for her recharge and she can't get her recharge because I was supposed to be making sure the children were supposed to make sure that I was supposed to receive certain things, so they fucked up, and now they're trying to come up with an excuse. And then you have some of them that did stupid stink things with the children because the children then spoiled their acknowledgement because they didn't want them having a value point and then even being enriched by me a certain type of way. And then on top of it, then probably try to manipulate them for finances and then wanted to show them that they were grown and that they're the man and all type of things on some dead president situation. You know what I'm saying? On some staircase dead president shit. So, good for you. And then now you're gonna stay with your fuck up. And then on top of it, now you got empresses looking for burgers. Like you got empresses as my ex-wives, because literally that's what I never seen that before. That's the first time it ever happened on any solar system. My ex-wives are looking for hamburgers now. You know what I'm saying? It used to be hot dogs, now they're hamburgers. So some of them are hamburgers because they done fucked up, and then their habitation is going against them. So showing you they can't even handle their own condition. And then as I'm speaking, these people in the social habitation are literally reflecting a certain type of energy at a time on purpose, and they're manipulating the physics because all of them are vindictive a certain type of way. So this is why, you got to be careful. It was just like earlier today, I'm looking at things on the internet, Kimbo, Science, all type of stuff, and it was just funny to me. It's just like, let me just show you how real this is, right? Now, I say to an individual, I don't ever play around. I'm a very serious man. But you see me, I'm Titan. I'm not going to let my wife or one of my wives or that was on a level, even if I remarried into the family, be in a relationship with an individual that just because an individual feel like he's a muscle bound player or a player, he trying to be a player with somebody. I don't play, I'm serious. And then on top of it, just because a man knows how to handle himself in the physical and the recognition that he have, my children probably will let him get into their situations, get into a relationship a certain type of way. But when is my children, when is a man like me never, I'm serious. So I don't fool around with nobody. But when is my child gonna end up in a situation where another individual is going to try to take advantage of him because of recognition? And then on top of it, then if my wife even manifested, was like, yo, listen, go to the store and go get me something, the nigga can't even get caught looking a certain type of way because now individuals gonna be like, yo, you sure about that situation? Yo, listen, you kind of got a certain thing. And then on top of it, depending on what an individual been doing all their life, and then the things that they've been indulging in, say they've been smoking, sexing people, having the wrong type of quiet, hanging out, working out with people. It's like working out with a fucked up habitation of social economics. And then next thing you know, you do it on a daily workout, and then now, at the time sequencing when you're supposed to be doing certain things, another person's inconveniencing your harmony and trying to weaken your habitation when your habitation should be strength and mighty always, and that's what it's gonna be. But it's just a person looking to attack you a certain type of way, and they're trying to wear out your situation. But now, if another person tells you cause ignorance, the ignorance of value point is serious certain type of way. So now imagine what an individual did, because on a cellular structure level, it's like letting go of your worst nightmare of yourself, because the way you think or your conduct or your consciousness is the way you're going to react. So no wonder a person knew that a person had to move and doubt themselves to handle their own fuck up situations in the physical reality. But how do they make the situation even worse is because what they did to me in Boogie Night. So now a person another person can't even fool around with another person. And if they're naturally doing things that they're supposed to do, trying to be a mentorship, and then and they're trying to be a professional with the things that they're doing, and then a person has to be precise, and then on top of it, then you with somebody that's like a tyrant a certain type of way, and dealing with your physical a certain type of way, and it's looking for recognition to know how to handle your situation because it wants a recognition a certain type of way, and then depending on the habits of an individual, and then another person be caught up, and then the mentality, and then people having to deal with each other, and then other people that can't deal with another person's mentality a certain type of way, and then things that happen because the militants and even one's physics or martial arts for the reasons of one's dignity cause an individual to be a certain type of way because the acknowledgement has to be separate. So another person's mental has to already be different from another individual at a different point. And then next thing you know, the inconvenience of one's habitation because the alluring of one's body, because when I go like this, When I intensify my body, the alluring of the love of the sexual feeling a certain type of way is so much. So it's like, it feels like a certain type of way. This is why certain my wives, I gotta be careful when I'm with them, because it feels like such a one with the situation. Then another person be trying to do certain other funny things, and it doesn't work for that person. It still causes a hindrance, and then another person has to go out and try to vent off the situation where they have to pressure their reality just to vent off their situation a certain type of way, and then on top of it, then if they're feeling soulful, they gotta feel like they have to go get their situation, so they gotta make their situation. So, and then their mental has to be away because the harmony then set with individuals certain type of way. And then on top of it, the conditioning is like a workout. It's like if you were conditioned and did certain things, and then say you were individuals that didn't care, and all they wanted to know was the reason of your depth or the reason of your enlightenment, and they were a part of the enlightenment, but they're the depth, the person that just stays always a little bit inconsiderate a certain type of way because of a natural habitation that's supposed to be considerate and know what's going on. And then another person learning the reason of the quality or how can I say this, of comfort to a reality mindset that'll fuck up another individual of the high intellect, because the way a person's supposed to be acknowledged. And then you have the mindset of the comfortability of pressurization or condition or a depth of sternness a certain type of way that's already being recognized, and then it causes inconvenience to your reality because now it's a natural pull to your physical, and then on top of it, then it causes a clash because one has to recognize the reason of one's standard. So now another person says, yo, if that keeps happening, you end up in a situation like that, you don't want to be overwhelmed because, say for instance, another person's slipping and they're confusing, another person's drinking, and then they reflect on a point where something happened where another person took a loss, and then they say they want to follow their physics a certain type of way, and then they tell you to take a loss, and you were never supposed to take a loss in the first place. And just because you were being foolish, a person expects you to take a loss, and then now you got to make all type of moves to survive without ever having to take that loss. And then you have a bunch of individuals that say it happened in a certain type of social equality where you took a real loss. And then you have a bunch of individuals looking for an individual to take a loss a certain type of way. And then the physics will probably even show the ones that's causing them to reflect on it like that you shouldn't even take a loss because it should have never happened. But if the ignorance of the quality of the pressurization of the depth of the reflection of an individual wanted to go the eagerness wants to be, the ambition wants to drive them even more because they want to be able to distinguish the reason why another individual should have never did something, then it causes the humbling of one's standard, and then one loses the reason of how can I say this, of caution or connection of reality with individuals that it causes stagnation. Now you see, listen, when you see people, you see people that try to, you see, these are the things I'm talking about, and then you wonder about situations with individuals, and then an individual can't even get caught looking or being a certain type of way because another person's gonna wonder what's going on, and then the quality's different, and then they're gonna want to know the position of one's hierarchy, the high acknowledgement of one's orientation. And then next thing you know is how this side. So and then all the questions, and then you don't want to cause an eruption like a person's already just trying to cause an individual to be diffused or to cause some type of form of fusion, and then a person is looking at that can't happen, but another person wants to do ignorance, or another person's trying to call dullness because they want to call brandishing or reconditioning a situation so they could take advantage of an individual's acknowledgement, and then be stuck, because you gotta be careful individuals that hung out with Aaron Knight too, my nigga. So I'm just gonna be real with you. So you gotta be careful of the habitation you get in, because say a nigga's being a tyrant and one can't fool around. So one has to be precise, because say an individual has a family member that's real close that's over there with a tyrant that just is handling situations, and then one's being foolish. You don't want to get caught up in that situation because another person just wait till you slip, and then you can end up you can end up the reason why everybody is just like being Uncle Scrooge. You know, they just want you to give it all away and not even care about nothing going on. Another nigga's just looking at your status, and he just want to offer himself and the recognition, and then he just gonna be over there. Oh yeah, and then you'll be in something else. So I'm gonna just tell you just like this, my nigga. You know, you heard me before. You know, I know a nigga heard me. So now, you know, and now that you know for a fact, I'm just gonna be real with you. You know, be careful because, you know, if you get caught out there, it'll be beyond serious. And this documentary is certain names of certain individuals on my regimen. So you got to know how real the situation is. So, you know, I'm gonna just keep it moving and do my own thing, but I'm gonna be real. Another person says, you and your Dolomite, see, you always Dolomite. Says, yeah, I could do that because even when it comes to orientation, the white anatomy is all me. So it's like they fuck up, then I just fuck you, you spoiled shit. This so you can't get rid of your cover because it's just like if you got jewels on, you'll get stripped. As soon as you turn around the corner, you get stripped. You got a whip, you're gonna get stripped. You got clothes on, you're gonna get stripped. You butt naked, you might lose the reason of your anatomy or your individual reason for even knowing why I am existence in life. So either way, you're gonna be fucked up. So another person, you can't do nothing to me. Another individual's not on my level when it comes to this because my empress know how serious it is. She gets mad because she end up losing a lot. Yo, listen, Japan already lets you know the reason how I get down, my nigga. It's like I'm already here, so another person, yo, my nigga. Shut up. So, you know, I'm just gonna be real. So, you know, I don't give a fuck about certain individuals because I don't like stink people and shit. You know what I'm saying? People that's vindictive or wild emotions and shit. So I'll let you know straight up and down, so a certain type of way, because me, it is what it is when it comes to me. So, you know, I'll just be real with you. So, you know, I just tell you just how I'll tell you straight up, you know, I'll be real straight up and down with you, you know what I'm saying? Because another person at a time, the energy, even when I'm reflecting, you see I'm reflecting right now, the energy's already telling me I just need to just be on some, yo, where my money at? But yo, you know, soon be peace to y'all rest of y'all individuals. Don't get caught slipping on individuals trying to cause an inconsideration because they're trying to consider somebody else a certain type of way because they want a favor. Fuck you in your favor, and fuck you causing the ignorance to consciousness when I told you a person's already trying to cause doubt and I was already starting the situation a certain type of way. So once you see something like that, yo, matter of fact, you need to come clean house over here too. So that's it, man. You know, I'm gonna be real with you. You see certain things like that, man. You know, a person can't even be inconsiderate because one place it happens, it'll happen all over the place. It's just like you don't let a person set a certain type of example because they're already wrong. And then on top of it, when you look at their situation, if they're already spoiled. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this. You Caucasian people, you better go hide, my nigga, because you got a lot of situations to go handle. I don't know, you know, you got white people, that's good for you. Certain people of certain nations don't know if they're Caucasian or certain other things a certain type of way, so you don't say nothing. It's just like knowing a certain type of things. You got situations you got to go handle for yourself. And I'm going to tell you just like this, man, it's seeming like your social consciousness a certain type of way is spoiled or it's too much drugs because I'm going to show you, if you're a person of white anatomy and you see persons smoking all the time and drinking, where the fuck you going? Where you sliding to? And what the fuck you turning into a certain type of way? You gonna start telling me everything's okay and shit? Then you gonna become a biker and you gonna be other niggas gonna be chilling. You can't even touch a nigga and shit. Nigga just look like the powdered powdered ass right here. Get the fuck already, right? Get the fuck out. Yo, listen, man. Yo, good for you, man. You know something? My intellect to physics, to the physical habitation is wonderful. You know I'm wonderful. My children. It's just like you remember that Okinawa situation with Mr. Miyagi and Daniel's son? None of the bone men can't even say nothing to me. Not even the children that know what's up. They already know what it is when a nigga's coming because a person says, yo, if you don't know me, you need to watch Indiana Jones, but my head ain't going nowhere. It's always on me, baby, so what up? So good for you.